Yo, it's King of the Ring Boxing, back again, third video in a single day. I've really got fuck all to do, so I'm here. Chris Eubank Jr has called out Gennady Golovkin for the second time in his career. Obviously the first time, a deal didn't really materialise. It did lead to a massive fallout between Eddie Hearn, Chris Eubank Jr and Chris Eubank Sr. But now, obviously, Eubank Jr, that is, has signed a new deal with the Sauerlands. So could this be the big breakout fight with that promotion, with the Sauerlands promotional company? I think it's a very interesting fight because Golovkin isn't what he once was, as we can see. Well, I saw it in the Steve Rolls fight, to be honest. He was getting tagged. He was getting tagged by a fighter who's was he even D class? Is he even E class? Like I would say so. I would say so. I would not even. I don't even think he's rated in the top 20 with any boxing organisation. I saw the deterioration from that point onwards, essentially, and yeah. So I know people will write off Chris Eubank Jr, which I do think even in a fight between the two, Golovkin should be the favourite, but I think people might be writing off Chris Eubank to their own peril, really, because Golovkin's style is the sort of style that Eubank likes to fight against. Eubank loves it when fighters come towards him. For example, against Andy Yildirim, I'd say that Chris Eubank Jr easily dealt with Yildirim better than Anthony Dirrell. And Anthony Dirrell, as we know, is a world-class fighter, and Eubank dealt with him a lot better. And that's because Andy Yildirim was on the front foot coming to Eubank, and Eubank was letting off his fucking speed bag combinations, which does, in fairness, make him very, very entertaining to watch. So obviously Golovkin is obviously a lot better than Andy Yildirim, but he will come forward against Chris Eubank Jr. He's not going to stick out the jab and move around like George Groves, and that's how George Groves essentially beat Chris Eubank Jr. It's when Chris Eubank has to come forward to sort of chase his opponent, he's a bit lost, but when the opponent comes to him, he basically comes into his own. Like, he looks like a completely different fighter. And I think with Golovkin aging and not being able to sort of do what he used to do, in terms of cut off the ring as effectively as he used to and sort of make people fear that power. I think in his last few fights, his opponents haven't really feared his power as much as they used to. Like, take the Derevianchenko fight, for example, and even though he was knocked down very early, it didn't deter him from coming forward or even trying to trade with Golovkin. So yeah, I do think Golovkin will be the favourite for this fight, but I think the style which Golovkin will present to Chris Eubank will play into Chris Eubank's hands. Does Golovkin have it in him to stick the jab and move? I don't think so, and he will be coming forward. He will be trying to take off Chris Eubank Jr.'s head. And I think we can see from the Yildirim fight, that's the sort of style he likes to fight. So it might be a lot closer than people think. Obviously, Golovkin will be the favourite because who has really Chris Eubank faced and beat? But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It's King of the Ring Boxing. I'm out.